Hey, good morning. We'll get started here in a minute. Okay, we're at 9 o'clock. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Paul Butcher. I'm a newer face here at Paladin, just shy of a year now. We're going to be talking about tactics for dynamic markets today. And before I get started, I just want to shout out and give a thanks to my team, Maddie, Christine, Brian, Derek, and JJ. Every day they are working to help you be successful. So really proud of them and grateful that they're working for you. With that, let's go ahead and talk a bit about what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to start off just painting a picture of what's going on in the market environment right now. We've got this concept of this triple threat, the competition, certainly supply and supply chain and customer expectations are creating a rather challenging environment for hardware stores and across retail in general. And then also we'll be getting into a number of tactics that can address these challenges. Certainly this is not a limited list. There are more than these three tactics, but we will be covering today revenue and margin management, how to support your best customers, given the fact that they're moving increasingly to digital. And then also how to improve efficiency in your store using mobile solutions. Before I get started though, I did want to share with you Paladin's mission, and I'm really proud of this mission. We are here every day working to enable you and your communities. Our mission is to foster economic prosperity for every community by enabling local business. And we are very proud of this, and we all are very much dedicated to your success. With that, I'll move right into the competitive landscape. It's no secret, Amazon, Lowe's, and Home Depot are spending billions of dollars to get the attention of your customers. And that's not just in advertising dollars, search engine optimization, that is in technology, that is improving their apps and their online access so that your customers, oh, it's not changing the slides. Thanks, Brian. Forgive me. Didn't show the screen. Brian, can you let me know if the screen advanced there? Let's just take a moment and make sure that we did advance. I'm going to assume, Brian, come in and let me know if it didn't advance. No? Okay, give me just a moment, folks. I did, it is on, it does say paused. Here we go. Now let's try it. One more time. Yeah? Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, Brian. Okay, so getting back into it, these technology companies are doing a lot to attract the attention of your customers. And, whatever analyst firm you look at, I'll cite the National Retail Federation. The consequences of this spend are that foot traffic is down in brick and mortar stores across the nation. You, depending on your situation, whether or not you have, deliveries from Amazon or Lowe's down the street, may not be seeing this, but in aggregate, in total across the US, we know that foot traffic is down, sales volumes are down, and the customer count is down. This is also, leading in the direction of quite a bit of consolidation. Recently, of course, we saw Do It Best acquire True Value, but there have been many of those consolidations across the supplier landscape, as well as the number of stores that are able to operate profitably are being hit this year. Moving on, the next challenge that we're facing has to do with supply. Now, I don't want to be painting the page black on this one. Certainly, as an industry, we've been through a number of challenges over the years and have been able to surmount those challenges. The point here, though, is that we need to not stick our heads in the sand. We need to recognize that there are some things coming at us. And the first and foremost one is pricing. ACE has been very public in sharing that they're expecting as many as 1,500 price changes a week. That is pretty significant. That can take a full-time employee all week long to be managing a volume of that size. Now, other suppliers are not suggesting that the price changes are going to be that big, maybe in the neighborhood of 500 a week. But even if it's 100 a week, that represents dollar bills being wrapped around every transaction that you're sending out the door if you're not maintaining those prices. The other concept here is suppliers are trying to provide better solutions, more affordable solutions for you by swapping out items. And so there will be more changes in the product that's available put on the pegs on your shelves. And so we need to be able to keep up with that, make sure that you've got those items in your system. And then certainly margins, and I mentioned we do not want to be wrapping dollar bills around the products. We want to make sure that we are maintaining those prices as they're going up and passing that along, so we're not losing money in your store. The third challenge has to do with customers, and the fact of the matter is they have forever changed. They are digital, they are mobile. And with that, they have certain expectations just because the ease of mobility, the ease of buying things and starting their shopping journey online really, it saves them time, frankly. And so what they expect nowadays is 24/7 access and the ability to shop and the ability to manage their accounts and make payments on monthly statements and whatnot. And if you're not doing that, if you're not providing those capabilities to your best customers, they are likely going to Amazon or elsewhere. They're also expecting accuracy in the quantities that are in your store and price. So if you are online, they do expect that. And we will talk a little bit about solutions for that. Table stakes, essentially at this point in time, are to be able to allow your customers to buy online and pick up in store is frankly where we're at. So let's talk a little bit about the tactics and what you need to be doing on this front. Inventory mismanagement can reduce a store's revenue by 5% or better. The way this manifests typically has to do with not having the right inventory when the customer is coming in, the inventory that they expect, out of stocks, not executing properly when there are promotions from your supplier and not being able to pass along those prices, if you will, as well as reflecting those costs within your system. And then certainly just keeping up with price updates. Neglecting that front will really hurt your margins. So it's pretty simple. The tactic is protect your revenue and your margins. And some specific ways that you can do that are ordering the right inventory. And certainly we would do that at Paladin here with suggested order quantities. We have tools that utilize algorithms over time and take into account things like seasonality and really help you manage thousands of items that are in your store and make sure that you're keeping the right ones on the shelves. The second concept here is to eliminate non-performing inventory. Get rid of the inventory that is not selling. Maybe it's got turns every 1, 2, 3 years. Why have that on your shelves? Utilize that shelf space for something better. Why maintain that? The carrying cost of updating the prices on that is expensive. And enjoy the write-off that you would get year-end by claiming this on your taxes. We do have a number of tools. I'll just reference here. Paladin Insight is one of the dashboard tools that we have that help you identify the non-performing inventory. And then finally, keeping up with prices is the third thing to focus on here. And because Paladin Point of Sale does have EDI integrations with every major supplier, you're able to be updated in real time regarding what those price changes are, and make sure you reflect that on your bin tags. Paladin has a number of tools on this front, but we have the ability to print bin tags within the store so you can keep up with that on a regular basis. I emphasized earlier that your customers, consumers in general, are digital now. 55% of customers shop primarily online. That is astounding. What's even more astounding, 63% of shopping journeys start on Amazon. And if we are not doing anything about that, then you can be sure that your customers are doing shopping with Amazon, Home Depot, and Lowe's. So the tactic here is simple. Support your best customers. Give your best customers the tools, the digital tools that they have come to expect. Provide 24/7 access to buy items in your store, make it easy to repurchase frequently needed items, and enable online payments for monthly statements. Now, how do you do that affordably? Well, enter PaladinShop. PaladinShop is now included for Paladin Point of Sale customers in the subscription fee. There's no setup fee. There's no maintenance fee on a monthly basis. Many of these solutions that are out there for you right now can cost $10,000, $20,000 to get started, and then involve monthly service fees, and you may not even see a sale. And so how do you get started on this front of having a digital store, of having a customer portal that allows your customers to achieve what they've come to expect? The answer is Paladin Point of Sale and PaladinShop, enabling PaladinShop. So if you have any questions about PaladinShop, please reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk with you about that. The other third concept here has to do with efficiency, and the fact of the matter is mobility is a necessity. I would challenge that anybody on this call or listening to this wouldn't have everyone has a cell phone basically. And the reason we have them is because they allow us to be efficient and effective in our daily lives. So, mobility allows you to access, store information in the aisle, in the yard, in the garden center, and beyond. You also want to be able to conduct sales anywhere. Not always do you want to limit sales to the lane, but rather you may want to be doing that in the garden center, in the lumberyard, or remotely if need be. So what we're talking about here tactically is to be more efficient by using mobile solutions. A little bit of repeat here, but access the information where you need it. Don't be running around the store looking for information, writing it down on a piece of paper and coming back to the shelf. Have it in the palm of your hand with a mobile solution. Enable transactions in the aisle, yard, and beyond. And then make informed decisions wherever you're at, for example, at supplier shows. And to that point, we have Paladin Go now. It's got some basic capabilities in terms of inventory lookup, as well as the ability to check out customers and perform quotes from wherever. We will be adding other features to this app as we go. If you're interested in looking at Paladin Go, go ahead and use your cell phone to scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner. It'll take you to either the Apple or the Google Play Store, depending on your device. It's loaded in both places, and you can download it. And if you think you're interested and you have a current Paladin POS subscription, give us a shout out at customer support, and they'll help you get that connected to your Paladin Point of Sale subscription. Okay. Kind of closing out the presentation at this point. We've got a few more slides, but I did want to just reinforce the fact that Paladin is much more than a point of sale company. We're built on a legacy and a tradition of elegant solutions. Certainly that started with Paladin Point of Sale, covered PaladinShop and Paladin Go today. But also here on the right-hand side of the slide, I'd share with you, we do have managed services. We have security and storage solutions for you in Paladin MSP. We have AI and analytics solutions under Paladin IQ. And we also have storage and more solutions under Paladin Cloud. If you'd like to learn a little bit more, we've got some links here, and we'll be posting this deck up online. You can, get access to this presentation and click here to find out a little more information on some of the topics I covered. Certainly, I do want to highlight that the recording of the webinar it will be available at portal PaladinPOS.com and webinars. And our next webinar is going to be July 8th, and we will be covering the topic of Paladin Go. So with that, I guess I'll just kind of close it out. I'll mention our retail science newsletter is a wealth of information, as well as point you back at the webinar link here on the right if you're interested. And if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to entertain those now. I'll give this just a minute. Okay, don't see any questions, and that's just fine. Again, thank you so much for your time today. Please reach out to us if we can be of any assistance for you. Thanks. Goodbye.